Welcome to the ArmaniTalks podcast. I'm your host, ArmaniTalks. In this podcast, I'm helping you level up your 5 soft skills: public speaking, storytelling, social dynamics, emotional intelligence, and creativity. 5 soft skills for you to change your life forever, skyrocket your confidence along the way. In today's episode, we're entering the world of emotional intelligence, and I'm going to be talking about going 50-50 on a date. A while back, I was watching this one show called First Dates, where different folks are coming to this particular restaurant to have their first date. And a lot of the times, there was chemistry from the guy and from the girl. They were both enjoying their time. Hours were flying by. And as the date was about to end, the waitress came and was like, "How would you guys like to pay the bill?" And when the guy said, "Let's go 50-50, suddenly the girl, who initially had attraction for the guy, makes this sour face. What? The first date, you want to go 50-50? And she pulls out her credit card. Afterwards, they ask, "Do you want to see this person again?" And the girl says, "Everything was going well. I was vibing you until you wanted to go 50-50. And this is when I noticed a pattern. For the first date, a lot of women expect the man to pay 100%. Now, if you try to probe them further, they'll say, well, whoever asked the person on a date should cover 100% of the bill. And every now and then, I see certain guys that are trying to fight against this idea. They're like, no, we should go 50-50 on the first date. There was this one viral video as of late where the guy, he made his date pay 50-50. And in the car ride back, she was giving him the silent treatment. He asked her what was up. And she said that it was very rude for him to invite her and ask her to pay as well. And then the guy was like, well, you ordered appetizers. I didn't eat a bite of those appetizers. Why the heck would I pay for that? And this is when different folks who are logically arguing about this, and they're like, well, yeah, I mean, if he didn't eat the appetizers, then he shouldn't pay for it. But all I thought was, there are certain things where logic does not apply. And relationships, more specifically, the first date, it's one of those situations. I believe for the first date, it's very important to know that if you are trying to go 50-50, a lot of women who you would have had an opportunity with will easily shut you out. Some folks will be like, well, that's a win. I don't want to be with a woman like that either. But I don't necessarily know if that's a win. My personal philosophy is that the guy pays for the first date. I'm just old-fashioned in that regards. And I do this for most first dates that I've been on. It's actually autopilot. Now, if you want to make the case for future dates, if it should always be the guy paying, I don't agree with that. I have a simple rule. I go by the 80-20 rule, where if the guy is making more money, the guy should be, let's say, covering 80% of the time, while the girl contributes 20% of the time. The girl simply contributing 20% of the time keeps her engaged while also maintaining her feminine energy. This type of topic can be digested from multiple different angles, because if the guy is holding up his traditional end of the bargain, where he's being masculine and he's covering 100% of the date for the first date, and let's say even for the first 5 dates, then the guy is going to expect the girl to have feminine, warm, fuzzy energy as well. If she's over here acting like a man, then she should not be like, well, I'm a boss babe all the time, but when it's time for dating, then the man needs to cover for me. Where's your boss babe energy for that? So this topic can be dissected, digested, whatever, in multiple ways. I have a very simple philosophy. I believe for the first date, logic does not matter. It is an emotional understanding. And if you do not have that emotional understanding of this topic, you're going to be one of these guys that has the partner pulling out her wallet. Everything was going so well too. You guys go 50-50, and then she doesn't want to see you again. And you're like, Well, what happened? This is not a logical decision, my friend. It is simply an emotional one. If you enjoyed today's talk and you want to learn more about emotional intelligence, be sure to check out the ArmaniTalks free daily newsletter. Within this newsletter, I break down more concepts on public speaking, social skills, understanding your emotions, and much more. Join the tribe by checking out the link in the description box, and I will catch you next time.